like about the Blue Magic is, yes, it's grease. I mean, this is the grease that your mama used to press your roots with and burn your hair out. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Paris of Prestigious Prep by Paris. I'm so happy that you are here. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I would love for you to join the prep squad by subscribing and hitting the link below. And if you are not new here and you're already subscribed, welcome back. I'm super excited for you to be here with me today. And obviously because all of you guys are here, then excellence must be near. So recently, I have been sharing some of my favorites when it comes to hair care. An important part of hair care for me in my journey is to maintain a healthy, protective style. And here lately, I have been addicted to braids. All things knotless braids. Yeah, for me. So this is about my third set of braids. Knotless braids since about I don't know, maybe like 2 months. I don't know, but anyway, I have braided my hair 3 times here in the past couple of months. Gosh, that sounds so crazy to say out loud. Don't judge me. Don't come for me. Yeah, that's the kind of like my new thing. But anyway, I digress. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can maintain the moisture level in your hair, protect your edges when you go to bed, and facilitate popping growth with your braids, okay? So listen, if you have been wearing braids for years and you are used to having braids, taking them down and then right around the root, you end up with some kind of nasty, hard situation that you have to either, if you attempt to comb out, you're going to lose a lot of hair. By the way, P.S., don't do that. However, you end up with that nasty ring around the roots. Woo, drop down in the comments and let me know if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's like all the product that you've ever used, especially if you are somebody who likes to lay baby hair every day, you end up with a nasty knot. So, you know, I mean, I think that we have all at some point experienced that. And really, honestly, it wasn't until I got older and realized that I actually need to take care of my hair while it's in a protective style. That just does not mean I just get to neglect it, you know, and frolic in the streets. You know, I still have to tend to my hair in the braids. So just trial and error, trying to figure out how not to have that happen to me. So what I want to share is what I've been doing so that, what I've been doing to ensure that when I take my braids down, my hair is so moisturized that my hands are greasy. Okay, when I take my braids out. Like my hair is shiny and moisturized. It's full of oil, but it's moisturized. I don't have as much hair coming out other than what you would typically know or expect to have when it comes to shedding. So I just want to share some of those things with you. It's very important that when you, first of all, when you get braids, you do want to make sure that whoever is braiding your hair, whether it be you or somebody else, that you are being very mindful about your edges. Your edges is the most, I guess you could say it's the most sensitive area for me because my hair is really soft, especially around the edges. And so for most people, your edges are not super thick. So putting a really heavy amount of extensions on your edges will probably, you know, facilitate it falling out or it breaking. If it's too tight, obviously that bumped up area will then be dry and you'll have other issues. When you go to take it out, you might take that out, your hair out with it. You might also encounter the fact that when you go to let your hair grow out, let's say it's been however long, 2 months or whatever, that braid starts hanging, you have new growth and you don't tend to it the way you're supposed to. One wrong move, sis, and the whole braid is out of here, gone, done, finito, unavailable. Okay, so We don't want that. You know what? I mean, what is the point of protecting your hair and having all this long, beautiful hair, or just healthy hair in general, and you're pulling it out with your edges because you're not taking it down properly, or you're not caring for it while you're actually in the braid. So I really just want to show you what I do so that when I take my hair down, I don't have that nasty little knot. I might have a tiny little amount of oil or something that's built up there, but it's just slightly. I can like literally take my finger through that section and pull it through. When I take my braids down, maybe I'll share some of my tips on how I actually take them down, because your takedown is just as important as the maintenance and putting it up. So first things first, what I do is after I get my braids done, once a week I will make sure to moisturize my braids. Now I have two ways that I do this. The first way, that is probably the most common way, I don't know if it's the most common way, but it's old school, if you will, for me. But I'm very old school when it comes to, you know, some of the hair care products, because they work. So Blue Magic, y'all know what this is. If you had pigtails, braids, barrettes, beads, clackers, any of that, you know about this Blue Magic, okay? Now I live in the burbs, so trying to get my hands on Blue Magic is like, it's probably not happening these days. But I will drive to the city, okay? To the city or any other area to get me some Blue Magic. So really what I like about the Blue Magic is, yes, it's grease. I mean, this is the grease that your mama used to press your roots with and burn your hair out. Comes in blue, comes in green, comes in white. I think white is like coconut. I don't know what green is, but anyway, I put this on my scalp. I literally go through each section of my braids. I usually, it depends on, you know, what's going on. I might part it like maybe, you know, I might part it on the side, and I might go across with the grease. It really doesn't matter like what your technique is for how you actually apply it, but you don't, with this, you don't need a whole lot, but I'm heavy-handed, so I usually am swiping and then I'm sliding it across my scalp. I do this because I want to make sure that my new hair that's coming in, that new growth, is moisturized and hydrated. What I found is as long as I keep my roots and my scalp hydrated, that transfers all the way down through the shaft of my hair. So when I actually go to braid it, I've already put my additional oils in it. I prepped it for the braid, so this actually just continues to allow the moisture to get from end to end. There's even been times where I've had braids here recently and I felt like I moisturized okay, but I really did just put grease on my scalp, and I noticed that from root to end my hair was still very moisturized, partially because I was making sure to grease my scalp. Now, I mean, it says nourish your scalp. I mean, like I said, we know this from the press and comb days, but it really does work. It's usually like $3.99 or something. Yeah, like $3.99 at your local beauty supply. Like I said, if you live somewhere where they don't have a cultured beauty supply, if you will, you're probably not going to find this. I have not seen this in Walmart or Target or any of those places. They might be there. I just have never seen them. I usually have to go, you know, to my local cultured beauty supply and get it, but it's fine because it's worth it. This jar is like super big. It's 12 ounces again for $4. You cannot beat this. You're going to have this for an extended period. Like, now you don't need to go in here and scoop your whole hands and be all extra and then you be looking like a cat licked you and it's a whole hot mess. You don't want to do that. But you do want to make sure that you get enough out to be able to moisturize your scalp from front to back. This is a once a week thing. I think every other day or something like that is going to be completely just over the top. You don't need to do that. But really just once a week through here with this, and you're going to be great. Your scalp's going to love and appreciate you, and so will your roots for this treatment. What you also could do is you could take a spray bottle like this one here. This is the one that I use for everything basically. It's just regular water in here. I usually will put, it depends on what's happening. If I'm doing like a protein treatment, I put warm water in here, but because we're talking about braids, I will just leave whatever water in here, and I will take my braids and I will simply mist them. Literally mist them. What that is that's giving additional hydration to my hair while it's inside of the braids. And I usually tend to focus on the ends where I know my hair is going to stop. However, I will go root to tip with the sprayer. Any spray bottle will do. This is just regular water out of the sink. It doesn't have to be distilled or anything fancy, but I do this once a week as well. Sometimes maybe if I've like been out in the sun or something like that and my hair feels kind of dry, I might also take the water and mist it on my scalp and then down the shaft of the braids. You could also, when you get into the shower, get under the shower head and separate your braids like such and allow the water to hit it. I've even previously taken a little conditioner that I know is okay to be left in my hair, almost like a conditioner that can also be a leave-in, and I will put that, you know, on the roots of my hair. But be careful with the conditioner because you don't really want to be putting conditioner on your scalp because it's really supposed to be conditioning your hair. So my suggestion would be to just, you know, a light mist on your braids with water in a spray bottle or in the shower. Or, you know, doing the actual grease. You can also use oil sheen. Oil sheen gives it a shine, but it does not moisturize, in my opinion, the way that I would like for my hair to be moisturized. So you can also use whatever carrier oil, moisturizing oil that you use. These are just the two that I use because they're fast, they're easy, and I love it. What I will also do from time to time is I will take my spray bottle with water and I will do equal parts of aloe vera juice in there as well, because aloe vera is also a great conditioner. It can be used as a pre-poo, a conditioner, or a leave-in. So some people make their own aloe vera, but I like the juice because I can spray it as a mist. I can put it on my hair as a conditioner, or any of the other options that I mentioned before. So that's very helpful for me. When I go to sleep, what I'll do is I will wrap my edges up with a satin scarf, just like this, just literally around my edges, and I will tie it. Okay, and usually, like, let's say I'm getting in the shower and I want my edges to be laid, but I don't want to use any product on my edges. That's very helpful. Put the tie around my edges, pull all of my hair up into a pony and a bun, and then I'll get in the shower, and then I'll leave this on, you know, for like an hour or so, or whatever, until I feel like my edges are actually laid and they're dry and they won't curl back up. But when I go to bed, if I'm wearing something like my double line satin cap, I will always put this on my edges, because while this is great when it comes to braids, if you will, your edges, because you're moving around, you're going to find that your edges are sometimes left out. And if you don't sleep on a satin pillow, you're going to find that there's going to be friction and you're going to lose your edges. So again, hashtag save our edges, okay? So get you some kind of satin scarf or silk scarf that you can put around your edges if you're wearing that kind of bonnet. Some of the bonnets do have the wide brim around the outside perimeter, and if that's staying on your head, then that's good to go. My number one go-to is actually a scarf, because this scarf is going to not only cover my edges, but it's going to cover at least, you know, all of my braids, with exception about this much. So, but anyway, it's all covered, especially my edges. It's nice and soft. You can't really see the texture here, but it's a really great alternative. So if you have a scarf like this, you can just throw this on when you go to bed, but just make sure you don't lay down and go to bed and don't put anything on your hair. That's bad for your skin, it's bad for your hair, bad for your edges. So again, we want our hair to grow and thrive while it's in a protective state, so when we take it down, we can see those inches and the fruitfulness of all of our labor. But these really once a week, with your mist in the spray bottle, hitting it with that blue magic or whatever oil you're using on your scalp once a week, maybe even every 2 weeks, depending on what your scalp and your hair. It's like, for me, once a week is great. Like, my hair loves once a week. Now, be prepared for using these techniques and finding out that your new growth is going to show up like never before, because if you're trying to make that style last without having a lot of new growth, you don't want to do this. But really, for me, the goal of a protective style is to give myself a break, but also grow my hair. So for me, it's great. But I hope this information was helpful for you. Please make sure you stay tuned for all the coming videos. If you have additional videos that you would like to see me do, please leave them down in the comments. Also, leave in the comments some of the tips that you use when you're using or you have your hair in a protective style. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, I would be most appreciative if you would do so. I am also considering to do a giveaway here. I'm not really sure like what it should be. Hair care products, consulting for credit. I don't really know what that's going to be, but if you have some suggestions, please make sure you put those down below. Again, make sure that you are subscribed. Please like, comment, and share. And as always, thank you for being here. Bye.